So I'm sure everyone can relate to something in this article. I feel like this is my story too. Inflation has been very noticeable in the rising prices, food prices in particular. You may have noticed, as mentioned in the article, that the small restaurants that sort of surround office spaces and places in the city, some of them are closing down, or the prices are becoming rather unreasonable. However, this is great for the convenience stores. They provide sort of quick, easy, cheap options that increasing numbers of workers are routinely choosing instead of restaurant food at lunchtime.
Yeah, it's been noticeable for me. Like I definitely took notice of the stores closing down because I'd be walking on my way to work or wherever, and I'd be like, well, that one's gone, that one's gone, that one's gone. But I did actually kind of see the rise in prices when I do go out. I did take a vacation recently, and as I was going out and going to restaurants, I was like, man, has it always been this expensive? And it hasn't at all. And I'm hoping, the economy maybe, I guess, roll around and come back to being a bit more stable and kind of at that level that I was used to. But something tells me after you raise prices, it's hard to lower them again. And we just might be looking at these prices from here on out.
I have heard people say that, yes. Once they've got it up there, they're unlikely to bring it down. But I think the place I've spotted it most acutely is things I order from abroad. Like I've got quite big feet, so certain shoe brands that I have to order from abroad, or again, certain food types that I can't buy in Korea. And the exchange rate now.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Oh God, I felt it suddenly. It feels 10% more expensive, 20% more expensive.
It's sending money back to America has been basically me looking at my money and saying, okay, I'm just going to send half of it into the water. Between the waters of, between the water here in Korea and US, it's gone. It's just gone. Yeah. It's gone. Has your spending habits actually changed a lot? You were talking about buying cereals and stuff online, but have you changed your spending habits, or have you just bitten the bullet and said, fine, I'll just pay more?
For the foodstuffs, I do pay more, but for the non-essentials, I've said no. Until the exchange rate gets better, I am just not buying American makeup. I'm a makeup junkie, so I've just had to quit the foreign products. Let's talk convenience store lunch foods. Do you have any favorites? What have you tried?
Ooh, boy. Well, like I said before, convenience store food is basically what I have on a daily basis. And there is one type of sandwich that I actually like, and they've gotten rid of it, so I don't really go for the sandwiches anymore. Also, for health reasons, I try to stay away from too much bread.
Yeah,
So these days, I've been going for the good old 1+1, which is buy one, get one free. 1+1 coffee combo with what we would say in English, a triangle kimbap.
Oh, yes, I like them.
And they have the bacon mayo, and they have the pepper one. And I kind of go between those two. And I used to be a person that liked variety, and these days, I could eat probably the bacon triangle kimbap every day and be okay.
I see, you're a creature of habit these days.
Yeah. But I do like to switch up the coffee.
Ah, okay.
Got to switch up that coffee once in a while. When the 1+1 switches. Pretty much, yeah. I love convenience store food. I think they are a meal. I think there may not be a healthy meal, but I think they completely fill you up for a cheap price, and there's nothing wrong with going to a convenience store and spending your money, or not spending much money, to have a filling and satisfying food product.
I totally agree. I don't like that attitude that looks down on it as something undesirable. Like, so what? If you want a cheap lunch, have a cheap lunch.
Yeah,
definitely.
And I'm usually in my office working anyway, so it's it's not like I go out with friends and eat convenience store food. You know, that's different.
Let's take a closer look at some of the vocabulary we've been talking about in this lesson.
Pinch pennies.
Pinch pennies.
Acutely.
Acutely.
Routinely.
Routinely.
In droves.
In droves.
Not cut it.
Not cut it.